Hello, Internet. Welcome to the show. My name is Darrin, that is AJ, and this is the DnA Sports Recap. So, first of all, AJ, how's it going?
Good, man.
Good?
Man.
Good.
Actually, yeah, had an excellent weekend. AllStar weekend was here in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, no point to bury the lead on that one. Let's go ahead and jump right into that. Let's talk about the NBA All-Star game now. How many different events did you attend at this one?
So I got to attend all of All-Star Saturday night,
Okay.
which was the Rising Star Challenge, the three-point contest, the slam dunk contest, and then I also got to attend the NBA All-Star game on Sunday.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Honestly, and we'll get into this a little bit later, I think Saturday was probably the better day to be there.
By far the better day.
We'll definitely talk about that a little bit later. Cheers to all of you who actually watched our first ever YouTube Shorts, by the way.
YouTube Shorts, watch them.
Check it out. Those were pretty cool. That was very anxiety-ridden for me to
create
those.
And make sure you do the YouTube stuff. Like it, share it, subscribe to it.
Yes,
we need all that.
Exactly. Much appreciated. Again, folks, if you want to see this, listen to this episode on its entirety, be sure to subscribe to our podcast, DnA Sports Recap. This is a podcast. It's a full episode. It will be aired. If you're watching on YouTube, we just do short clips based off of the subject we're talking about. So now that that's all the way, let's go ahead and talk sports. Well, where do you want to start first? Let's start with do you want to start with dunk contest or three-point contest? Which one do you want to start with?
I think we start where the event started for me, man, and that was the Kia Skills Challenge.
Okay, the Skills Challenge, yes.
Yep.
Okay, so there's Team Giannis, right?
Yep.
Which was...
Well, Team Antetokounmpo, which was Thonis, Alex, and Drew Holiday.
Okay.
And we had Team Jazz, that was Jordan Clarkson, Walker Kessler, Colin Sexton, and then Team Rookies, which was Paulo Banchero, Jaden Ivey, and Jabari Smith Jr.
Okay, great. Yeah. So was that the first thing you got to watch while you were there?
Yep, so that was the first item that went down when I was there.
Okay.
And, dude, just watching them set the court up was a thing of beauty, man.
Really?
Yeah, because when you got there, I mean, they already had, the skills challenge, like the first event in the skills challenge set up. And... so they did that, the first one where they do like all the passing. The first one was the relay, where it had like the moving guy, people, and then you had to dribble through those. So Team Rookie ends up winning the relay, and it wasn't even close. They killed everybody.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they were just ridiculously fast up and down the court.
Young legs and all.
Young legs was very obvious.
Yeah.
And then Team Antetokounmpo and Team Jazz couldn't make a floater, and then Walker Kessler struggled to make his three, but it was entertaining.
Yes.
It was super fun to watch. But so the passing challenge, it started out and it was Team Antetokounmpo first, and they did pretty good. I was I don't know if anybody can really beat that. And the big target that was the furthest one away, everyone was throwing bounce passes in, and I was like, that was a different, these are NBA players. You'd think they'd just throw a chest pass into these things.
Right.
Everyone's bouncing them in, but it was super fast paced. Because it's only a minute and 10 seconds that they're throwing passes for. Right. So the whole event was only 6 minutes long with breaks.
Wow. Yeah.
And so it went pretty quick. And Team Jazz ends up winning the passing competition, the passing one.
Okay.
Walker Kessler was throwing dimes, man.
Really?
Yeah. His bounce passes into that target, dude, were on the money. It was awesome.
7 foot big guy rookie.
Just throwing
dropping dimes, huh?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Not either one of the other two Jazz players that are actually guards could.
And it was kind of surprising because they had Kessler on the side with the smaller target, and you have Jordan Clarkson and Colin Sexton out there, and Jordan Clarkson was on the side with the big easy target, and Sexton was on the side with the smaller one. And then you can't throw one ball twice. into the same target. So you have to throw one and then switch and then throw one and then switch again. Mm-hmm. And it was It was awesome. Just like watching him move, it was cool.
Nice.
It was
nice.
super fun.
And there was a third event?
And then the third event, was that was the shooting one. So there's different dots on the floor. Again, shout out to Vivint. They changed the floor super fast.
Super
They
fast.
get all the stuff off the floor. They're out there like taping all the dots down, and the shooting event comes out. And I mean, Team Antetokounmpo just looked terrible.
Oh, no.
Just terrible. But I mean, they're Antetokounmpos. I mean, Drew Holiday was their best hope at even winning that one.
Yeah.
And he was not able to carry them. The Jazz took that one too for the final 200 points.
Oh, okay.
Jazz win the skills challenge. So.
Jazz win the skill challenge.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think, that's awesome. It's good to know. Good to know that the Vivint crew was the real star of the show, even though the Jazz won
the Jazz
event.
did win. Next event was the 3-point challenge.
Okay, now I got to start with the 3-point challenge on this one. I got to ask a question. What is this drink that is sponsoring?
Oh man, I'm so glad you asked.
Like, what is this? Isn't this supposed to be Sprite's thing?
So this is the star. It was the Starry 3-point challenge, man. So it was Sierra Mist. They rebranded it and called it Starry.
Okay.
So they changed the formula.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you, they were giving that stuff out everywhere downtown.
Really?
I drank like 6 cans of Starry just because it was free everywhere you went.
Okay, so it's like Sierra Mist.
It is Sierra Mist.
Oh, it is Sierra Mist. Just
it
rebranded
was. Yeah, they just rebranded it to Starry because Sprite was killing them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the drink itself was cool because the way they branded it out and they had everything and they had the Starry ball there for the max points and everything. I don't know. It was fun to watch. Anything that's other besides the overall winner, which no spoilers here. Obviously, Dame won it. But any takeaways you had about that while you were there?
It was really cool to see. I liked that they added the deep ball for 3 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because it wasn't just the typical 1 and 2, money ball racks. They had the Starry ball racks that were super cool.
Yeah, those were nice.
Yeah, and it kind of gave them some hope. That you could possibly come back and you miss a couple shots and you hit your couple Starry balls, and you could be right back in it.
Yeah.
So it was super cool.
I liked it. I really liked how Dame's jersey on the back was Dolla, D-A-D-O-L-L-A.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome. And it's also great to have another alum win an event there.
Yeah, Weber State, man.
Weber State, Dame Dolla.
For the record, I did call Damian Lillard winning it right at the beginning.
You did?
Yeah, right when they went out there, I looked to my buddy that I was there with, and I was like, Dame wins this thing, man, hands down.
Nice.
And then Dame didn't shoot a great second round.
No, he didn't.
He did not shoot a great second round. Fortunately, Tyrese Halliburton shot a worse second round.
Yes. Did he end up winning by 1 basket?
Like 1 point, yeah.
Yeah, 1 point, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, again, honestly, it was pretty good. It was pretty fun to watch. It wasn't necessarily like the highlight for me. The highlight for me for All-Star Weekend, let's talk about that, which is the dunk contest.
Dude, the dunk contest brought it this year.
Yeah. All those videos you watched on YouTube, all those people were talking about how the dunk contest is dead.
It was dead, man.
And it wasn't interesting. And, this one was definitely much better. I will like the idea of how they had the first dunk of the night was where he had, what's his name, come and steal the ball and then lob off it. I thought that was clever.
Alvarado, yeah.
That was clever. And then you had some other dunks that weren't so clever. Carmelo, man, he was harsh on some of those judging. Some of them he was pretty like 44s,
In the arena, I heard some boos for Karl Malone at that point.
Jeez, dude, come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about that, McCullen. Let's talk about this guy. Okay, so first of all, he just signed a 10-day contract for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yep.
So good luck for him. Let's talk about the first dunk. Before he went out there, the announcers on the broadcast says, he's like, this kid needs to go from who to wow on this one dunk if he wants a shot. And sure enough, he did. The first dunk was a 50 across the board, right? And that was the 360.
No, the first dunk was over 2 people.
Yeah, over
he had 2 people stand there, and then one guy put him on his shoulders.
Yeah, and that was a nice little fake out.
And then he jumped up, touched the backboard, and then dunked
that's
it.
the one. Yeah, that was the first one. Yeah, so he did it. And then on the broadcast, they were talking about that. They're like, because if you watched it quickly in real time, you didn't see him touch the backboard.
No.
So
No.
you had to watch the replay to really see that. And I'm pretty sure they put it on the big screens there in the arena.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
Yeah.
But you saw him do that. You saw him jump over that. So he had a guy with a guy on his shoulders holding the ball. And this 6'2" dude just runs up and just off the backboard and slams it home. His second dunk was a 360 dunk. I mean, we could probably just wrap this up on the actual competition that really nobody after that first dunk really had a shot against Mac.
No.
Like, unless he totally blew it,
Yeah.
he was not going to mess that up. And I mentioned that, like, even after the second, like, before his second dunk, they said on the broadcast, he goes, Mac's got the best dunk of the day.
Oh.
He's like, I don't know if anybody's going to be able to beat that, including him. And honestly, his second dunk was the 360 with the, was it the one where he came...
Oh, the double clutch 360.
The double clutch 360.
Doof.
Yeah, double clutch 360, and he went backwards, right? It was a behind the back dunk, right? So, which, again, really good. I love that he didn't have anything in the way for that one, so you could really see that vertical leap. First one's like, there's no way he's getting over that guy. And sure enough, he did.
Sure enough, he did.
Which was impressive enough. You're like, well, now I want to see it. I want to see his leap. I want to see that separation, that negative space right there, you know? And sure enough, he gave it to us by not having anybody on the second one.
So just for the record, at the NBA Combine, he recorded a 43.5-inch vertical.
Are you serious? Wow.
43.5 inches.
Wow.
That's just straight up money.
Wow.
43.5.
This guy's been doing box jumps since he was a toddler.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's training. Great job, parents.
Yeah, jeez. All right, well, then the third dunk was the double pump over the dude, right? Yeah, because he did the fourth was the Gate City dunk.
Yeah, the 720, was a 540. The 360.5.
It was a 720-ish is what they called it on the broadcast.
Okay.
720 reverse. If he didn't do a reverse, it would have been a 720. But he decided to show it up by giving it a reverse.
Yeah.
So he dunked again, but this time he dunked over a dude again on this one.
Yeah.
So the third one, and then the fourth one was the
720. That was all by himself. That was with the Gate City jersey on.
Gate City, which is his high school. I love that he did that. That was,
cool shout out to where you come from.
Shout out to where you're coming from.
For sure.
You know, so showing where you came from, how you got there. You're on the world's biggest stage right now for the NBA, and you know you have the foresight to go back and do something like that. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's just talk about it all together. The dunk contest. There were a few things that I'm just like, okay, this isn't that impressive. Like, I'm not a big fan of the props. Some of the props, like the 3D printed ball.
I thought that was weak, man.
That's a gimmick that we didn't really need.
No, and like watching it on TV, you know, the scientist brings it out like on this tray and they take it and they're dribbling it. It's like, that was the best you had? Like, and it played no relevance to the actual dunk.
Yeah, if it like shattered on dunk or something, or or something happened, like a glue, like had a color change. Do something with it.
Put a light in it.
Yeah.
At very minimum, do something so that ball is the whole highlight of that dunk.
Yeah.
And it was just like 3D printed ball, never seen before. Like, and the guys were dribbling it, and it was like, okay. And then he just went and dunked it. You're just like
cool. You showed us what a 3D printer can make. Like, but yeah. So for me, that was really the highlight of the first night. Was definitely the dunk contest. So I think shout out to Mac. Good luck on your contract with the 76ers, and I hope you stay the course and you're in for the rest of the season. So
did you see that? Did you see that Mac McClung's career earnings were $104,000 as of before the AllStar game? He earned $100,000 to win the dunk contest.
There you go. So he doubled his
career
net worth
earnings
right there. Nice.
In an hour.
Yeah, there you go. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Good job, man. Good job. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the actual All-Star game. Let's recap that a little bit.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum won by scoring 55 undefended points.
Undefended, that's correct.
But you were right on. You did get that call right that Giannis's team Giannis was going to beat LeBron for the first time.
Yep.
So again, Jason Tatum won the MVP with 55 points. Donovan Mitchell had like 30. I think Jaylen Brown had like 35 or something like that. Yeah. So and also Larry Markkinen, he did fantastic job of showing up as well.
Yeah.
I really wanted to make that last three at the end of the game to put it to
win
bed.
it.
Come on, man.
It would have just put the icing on the cake for that All-Star game.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you.
First quarter, man.
But I'm not upset that Dame made it.
No.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Still some Utah love there. So we've covered all the fun parts about the All-Star game. Let's talk about the negatives. So let's talk about Mike Malone's post-game interview. And they asked him about how the game was, and he says, worst game of all time. He's like, it was very hard to watch.
Sadly, I would actually agree with that. I was bored to tears during that game.
Yeah. So
did it have its moments? Absolutely. But just watching like NBA players run up and down the court and score the basketball, like what happened to the days when this used to actually be a basketball game?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this used to be a competitive game. Mm-hmm. Who's better than who?
Yep.
And now it's just like, let's just make sure nobody gets hurt and let's just score the basketball. Nobody needs to play defense. We don't want to get tired.
Yeah.
The Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown exchange was the only real defense we saw in that whole game.
And you saw pretty close. You saw really soon how much Luka and Joel and Jokic checked out of that game.
Oh, super early, man.
They're just like, not like checked out like literally, but they just realized like, this is not worth my effort.
Yeah.
So the real competitors, the real, players out there that wanted to win were,
and really thought that it was worth it to play the game.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see it.
Yeah. So there's definitely a lot of problems to go with how well the All-Star weekend went and how great a job they did on Saturday's events. And even the, pickup game on the court, how they handled the draft this year, I thought was awesome.
It was super cool.
That was cool. One thing that bothered me about that is Kenny. Did you catch Kenny's comment? He stood on the mic when they were talking about how Charles Barkley's headset was causing a delay, and it was like, why do you sound drunk?
Yeah.
And he's like, it's the headset, but it's what Kenny said there that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. He's like, it's Utah, man, it's a dry state, and I'm like,
oh wow, I didn't catch that.
I'm like, Kenny, you were literally at Carmelone's party on Saturday night with a drink in your hand.
Not to mention, there is literally a pop-up liquor store that the NBA put up right next to the Salt Palace Convention Center.
Props to Utah for doing that, by the way. That's unprecedented. They didn't do that for the All-Star, for the Olympics.
Also, I have never seen mixed drinks served at Vivint Arena. But yeah, and even on Sunday, you could get mixed drinks, dude. And you got to cop up $17 a drink for, one shot of alcohol, but it was awesome.
Yeah, so props to Utah for actually making the...
They did, dude. It was...
bending the really liquor laws for that. They didn't do it for the Olympics in 2002. Right. So the fact that they did that for the All-Star game,
that one required a governor's signature.
Props to you. And they even shot out the governor and the mayor.
Yeah.
In the telecast there, folks. To hear this episode in its entirety, please check us out on our podcast. We're available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Amazon.
Yep.
And iTunes to come after that.
And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all the YouTubey things. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it.
Thank you.